right, that was Synchro Destiny there. Um, and we are, I think, just about time to begin the events. So if you are on your computer, hopefully you all are, I just want to let you know that this might be a good time to toggle the speaker view at the top right. You should see that little view button and click that and click speaker view. And make sure that you are at full screen for the best experience that you're going to get for this. Thank you so much for listening. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed it and it set the mood just right for the rest of the event. I'm Anali Jamal, and hopefully see you guys soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Manelli, for the beautiful music. Welcome, award winners, family and friends, advisory council members, students, faculty, and staff. We are excited to host this event in recognition of the accomplishments of our alumni and their contributions to the Ted Rogers School of Management and the greater community. My name is Jacob Alajajan, and I am the Senior Manager of Alumni and Partnerships. As a graduate from Ted Rogers, it is with great pride and excitement to tackle the challenge of strengthening our alumni community, re-engaging alumni with purpose, and helping the next generation find their path in their careers. Now, before I go on, I will say something I would not have had to if we were in person. This is my disclaimer. Many of us have been working from home for over a year. Please note that I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old who may escape the iron grip of their mother and make it to my door and start knocking. Or even better, storm right into our session. But the show must go on. Now, the past year and a half has been trying for most of us, but we forge forward and look to better the lives of the loved ones that we have. And these alumni, whom we're recognizing today, have made phenomenal contributions in their own right. Although we had to cancel last year's award ceremony, we did not want to miss an opportunity to recognize our alumni yet another year. We certainly don't think virtual ceremonies are how we should celebrate our alumni, and a Zoom event won't have the same impact as in person. But when it is safe to do so, we look forward to hosting you on campus. I will now turn it over to my colleague, Reem Coletta, for the land acknowledgement.
Toronto is in the Dish with One Spoon territory. The Dish with One Spoon is a treaty between the Anishinaabe, Mississaugas, and the Haudenosaunee that bound them to share the territory and protect the land. Subsequent Indigenous nations and peoples, Europeans, and all newcomers have been invited into this treaty in the spirit of peace, friendship, and respect.
Jacob, you're on mute.
Of course, a Zoom call wouldn't be a Zoom call without being on mute. But thanks, Daphne. What I was trying to say is I'm honored to welcome you for opening remarks.
Well, I've been enjoying the music and enjoying the spirit. And I just have a few opening remarks. The Ted Rogers alumni team supports more than 55,000 alumni. Our graduates date back to 1950. And we have a little bit of a problem. I'm going to depart from the notes that Jacob so cleverly gave me. A lot of our alumni live in the Toronto area or proximate or could walk to us. And somehow we have kind of lost contact with you. And we are working now tirelessly to develop an alumni association, the spirit of alumni attachment to the school, reaching out to you, briefing you, telling you what's going on, having you reach out to each other. And this is the start of a very serious effort to capture the power of 55,000 alumni. There are now 8 alumni associations who are working tirelessly to support and engage this community. The associations are led by volunteers, many of whom are with us tonight. This is only our 5th annual Alumni Achievement Award Night. So past recipients include, and it's not a long list because there's only 5 previous events, but past recipients include Melinda Rogers, Mitch Fraser, Stephen Testa, Ron Bessie, Ayaz Pira. The Alumni Awards create an opportunity to celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates and recognize individuals who continue to both thrive and attach and support us, our school, our students, our new graduates. We celebrate the recipients virtually tonight, but we do plan. It was always our plan to do this in person. Who knew this wretched freaking pandemic would last more than a year? But we plan to host a reception on campus when it is safe to do so. This ceremony will include adding the award winners to our alumni wall and basically having an in-person toast, roast, and happy time. But my apologies that this is virtual. We don't want to lose another year of celebration. Thank you. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Reem.
Thank you, Daphne. I've made sure that I'm not on mute anymore. The Ted Rogers Student Society is a student elected society that represents over 12,000 full-time undergraduate commerce students attending the Ted Rogers School of Management, acting as the umbrella organization to over 30 different student groups. That's a lot of events. To present the award for the top 10 from the last 10, I welcome the Manager of Student Engagement and Development, Megan Blacklock.
Thank you, Jacob. So our first award celebrates our recent grads, the top 10 from the last 10. This award traditionally recognizes 10 TRSM alumni that have graduated in the past 10 years who have excelled in their career, leadership, community, or service to the Ted Rogers School. Like the past year and a half, the criteria for this year's awards are a little different. As we were unable to host an award ceremony last year, we'll be including graduates from the years 2009 to 2020. A little bit about this year's winners. Chris Jones, a 2014 graduate majoring in law and business, is an accomplished entrepreneur in the cannabis industry. At present, he is the founder and president of Cannabis Express and teaches a class at George Brown College that he developed surrounding the topic of the cannabis industry. Before leading the transformation of DMZ's Sandbox into a renowned startup and talent creation hub, 2015 marketing major David Kwok co-founded the educational venture Zero to Startup. He also founded Basecamp and Founder X at the DMZ Sandbox. He is now at York University leading yet another venture, Y-Space, the school's first incubator. Michael Sadowski graduated in 2013 from the Hospitality and Tourism Management program. He is the General Manager of Global PR and Communications at Intrepid Travel. His work at Intrepid has taken him to all 7 continents, leading award-winning PR and marketing campaigns. Outside of Intrepid, he is a contributor, invited lecturer, and advisory board member for a wide range of publications, organizations, and academic institutions. After graduating from the HTM program in 2013, Sandy Yong decided to take her money into her own hands and became a self-directed investor with a 6-figure portfolio at the age of 27. As a keynote speaker, she teaches young women how to invest in stocks and real estate. With her decade of experience and expertise, Sandy has published an award-winning book titled The Money Master, featured in multiple media outlets such as Forbes and NBC News. She also proudly partners with CAMH. A 2018 Global Studies major, Aisha Kamani, started off as a new graduate analyst at CGI. After working on an artificial intelligence strategy at a leading Canadian bank, she became a senior consultant in record time. With a passion for equal access to STEM-related education, she has been a driving force in STEM equality for minority groups, especially young girls within the Toronto community, resulting in her winning 2 awards at CGI. Raul Kashiat is the CEO and founder of one of the leading real estate brokerages in the GTA. #Homes Real Estate Inc. Specializing in pre-construction, Raul is able to bring day one access to the hottest and most wanted pre-construction projects out there. Since graduating from school in accounting and finance in 2014, Raul has personally achieved more than $100 million in sales volume in just 5 years of being in the business. Georgia Mo graduated in 2019 from the HCM program, but his career took an unconventional turn with sustainable entrepreneurship and equitable stakeholder relations focus. Since graduation, he has gone on to work with various BIPOC business incubator programs, started a sustainable textiles business, and was recognized as an emerging leader for Circularity 21 Green Biz. He's recently started working as an ESG associate with QB Consulting. Climate justice and justice-led circular economies form the very foundation of his work and drive. Nunzio Presta is a former pro hockey player turned entrepreneur and is currently the founder and CEO of the online marketplace, buyandsell-a-business.com. A 2012 graduate who majored in entrepreneurship, Nunzio now sits on the board of multiple startups and is a mentor to many entrepreneurs, businesses, and franchise owners. He is also a regular contributor to Thrive Global, a digital resource for individuals and corporations spearheaded by Ariana Huffington. Navita Verma graduated in 2019, majoring in law and business. A serial entrepreneur, she is the founder of Nalina, a leading Canadian condiment subscription. With her background in market research and project management, Navita held various positions in different industries such as construction, defense, security, aerospace, and consumer packaged goods. Alexander Gasenko graduated in 2017 with a major in economics management science. In the next year, he became a licensed mortgage agent and real estate broker to follow his entrepreneurial dreams of managing his own real estate brokerage. He is the founder of Right at Home Realty Investment Groups, where he has since closed thousands of real estate transactions.
Thank you, Megan. A leading MBA program teaching students to disrupt their industries. Ted Rogers MBA was recently ranked number 3 in Canada by Bloomberg Businessweek. I think this was just a few weeks ago, less than that. To present the winner of the Entrepreneurship Award, I welcome Graduate Program Director, Donna Smith.
Thank you, Jacob. The Entrepreneurship Award recognizes an individual or group who has achieved outstanding entrepreneurial success and accomplishment in business. While unfortunately our winner is not here tonight, I'm pleased to give this award and to accept this award on behalf of Nora Sekija. Nora, a 2012 graduate of the MBA program, is the co-founder and CEO of the jewelry company Mejuri. As a third-generation jeweler, Nora grew up watching the traditional position of the market and saw a pattern. High-end jewelry brands always targeted men, encouraging them to buy luxe jewelry for women. Nora decided to push our company in another direction under the narrative that anyone can buy jewelry for themselves. Doing so meant rethinking an entire industry from brand values and operations to product design. Mejuri is now an online platform and fine jewelry maker which uses crowdsourcing to give designers the opportunity to submit and manufacture and sell their creations. Mejuri is a high-growth brand that has sold more than 1.8 million pieces of jewelry since its inception in 2015. Congratulations to Nora on receiving this award.
Thank you, Donna. Again, congratulations to you and the entire MBA team on the recent ranking of the MBA program. That is quite exciting.
Thank you so
Now-
much.
Thanks, Donna. Leading the fundraising activity for Canada's largest business school, and through his efforts, donors have helped provide necessary resources to build the Ted Rogers Co-op program, the Ted Rogers Sales Leadership Program, and the recent partnership with Microsoft and boot camps. I welcome Sean Ingram, Executive Director of Advancement, to present the Volunteer Leadership Award.
Thanks very much, Jacob. Our next award is our Volunteer Award. This award recognizes an alumnus or group of alumni who have contributed significantly as a volunteer to TRSM over a sustained period. The recipient has enriched the lives of others through their time, talent, and involvement with TRSM-related causes outside of their career responsibilities. Our winner of the 2019 Volunteer Award is Anthony Versillo. Anthony is a 2000 graduate from the accounting program. With over 18 years of experience in public accounting, Anthony focuses on Canadian income tax advisory for owner-managed clients at BDO. Outside of the office, Anthony instructs tax courses, including at CPA Canada's in-depth courses, contributes to industry thought leadership publications, volunteers for various community endeavors, spends time with his wife and 3 children, and is an avid sports fan. Anthony's volunteer efforts have been instrumental to the success of our school. He's been a staunch supporter of our co-op program, hiring multiple co-op students over the years. And he also helped develop the BDO Caseware Bootcamp that the Business Career Hub launched this summer. Unfortunately, Anthony couldn't be with us tonight, but congratulations, Anthony, and thank you for all of your volunteer efforts. They make the world of difference to us.
Thank you, Sean. I should mention the co-op program went approximately from 300 students 4 years ago to over 2,200 today. And a lot of that had to do with the work Sean and his team did with the generous contribution of our donor. Our next award is for our Trailblazer Award. Our hospitality program was the first established in Canada, and this year celebrating their 70th anniversary. Its alumni are the face of hospitality around the world in places like San Francisco, Dubai, Nigeria, and Hong Kong, and the list goes on. Led by Professor and Director Dr. Frederic Demonge. You may have heard that name many times, perhaps even 289 times over the last year and a half, as he went on a media blitz on how COVID-19 has impacted the hospitality and tourism industry. Tonight, Frederic will present the Trailblazer Award. Welcome, Frederic.
Thank you, Jacob. So first, a word of congratulations to Sandy, Mikey, and George, all HTM students who were just recognized as a top 10 students. So congratulations, former students, sorry. So now the Trailblazer Award recognizes the important contributions of a TRSM alumnus or alumna who has achieved outstanding success in their professional field and who, through their leadership and achievements, are leading the development of the next generation of diverse leaders to drive Canadian business forward in future years. I'm very happy to present this year's award to Juanita Dixon. When Juanita was appointed president and CFO of Gusto 54 Restaurant Group in 2014, her mandate was to transition the group from owning a couple of restaurants in Toronto to becoming a global restaurant group. She's responsible for establishing the Gusto 54 brand, and since joining as president in 2014, the company transitioned from 3 to 12 restaurant concepts. A young 1997 graduate from the Hospitality and Tourism program, Juanita has since been committed to giving back to the Ryerson community by sitting on the advisory board of my school, the School of Hospitality and Tourism Management, and contributing actively to mentoring programs and class lectures. She's often on the speaker circuit talking about branding, women in leadership, customer experience, employee experience, and overall company culture. She has a contagious entrepreneurial spirit that turns a strong vision into reality in a journey that is fun, collaborative, and as quick as they come. Juanita, congratulations.
Thank you, Frederick, and congratulations, Juanita, as well. Now I'd like to reintroduce the Dean to present the Honorary Alumni Award.
Okay, this award is, okay, it involves some real razzle dazzle. Okay, so I'm in the office at TRSM, and this is the second time in my life I have used a sparkler because Wayne is so amazing. The last time I did this was I was 4 years old, and my father unfortunately sat on it. And I've been afraid to do it ever since. So let me tell you about Wayne. Wayne McFarland is the very first person for whom the Ted Rogers School of Management created a designation, the Distinguished Professional Advisor Emeritus. You know, when professors want to be recognized, the emeritus title really means something. Well, he is our first emeritus distinguished professional. We have never honored a non-academic with an emeritus award, to my knowledge, here in Toronto or anywhere else in the world. I may be wrong, but I believe that Wayne's contributions are especially compelling. And you'll see that I have water here to make sure that the school doesn't burn down on this particular evening. Wayne has had a distinguished career with PricewaterhouseCoopers Canada, where he served as the human capital leader, and he consulted domestically and globally and was an unstoppable force, A fellow of the Chartered Professional Accounting with the Institute for Chartered Accountants of Ontario. He is a member also of the Human Resources Professional Association of Ontario. There's only a few people I know who are both accounting people and human resource people. It's an unusual combination, and Wayne is that in spades. Here is an example of Wayne's impact at the school. He is arguably the father of what we now call the Business Career Hub. In about 2007, he lobbied former Dean Ken Jones and then Provost Alan Shepard to set up the Careers and Employment Partnership Center. He also solicited corporate donations to support the early years. And as you just heard, we went from 200 maybe internship or co-op opportunities to now this year, 2,250 students in paid employment during the course of their degree, which is bringing millions and millions of dollars directly into the hands of students in the most relevant possible way. It's making futures for very deserving students. He also invented, in a sort of more minor way, but it's had a huge impact, our Sign Up, Show Up program. So we were really embarrassed many years ago that our students would say, yeah, that sounds interesting, I'll sign up. And then only 20% would actually appear. Well, as a result of Wayne's Sign Up, Show Up, or SUSU initiative, we are now well over 85% show up, and we're trying for 100%. And it was Wayne who invented SUSU. He was a leading force behind the creation of what is now the Top 200 program at Ted Rogers. Initially, it was called the Forward 50, but it eventually morphed into the Top 200, and we're continuing to work on it. Wayne built bridges between the school and distinguished practitioners. Ryerson requires advisory boards in every single one of its majors and programs, and a heck of a lot of members of the advisory boards came from Wayne's Rolodex, which is legendary. He set up the inaugural School of Accounting and Finance, SAF, Advisory Committee. About 80% of the School of Accounting and Finance Advisory Committee's members came from Wayne's Rolodex, and I believe an equal number of the MBA Advisory Committee came from Wayne's Rolodex, and we regularly pick through Wayne's Rolodex in order to find very distinguished people. He has arranged dean speakers. It's been pretty amazing. He is a natural mentor. He has been a provost appointed personal coach for at least 4 department chairs and directors outside the Ted Rogers School of Management. And as a mentor, he has conducted over 2,000 MBA career coaching interventions over the last 15 years. And those meetings actually also extend to undergraduates and staff and faculty. Anyone who wants to sit with Wayne and learn is welcome to do it. Many of our guest speakers, wonderful evenings, they share their knowledge, and often it was Wayne who phoned, emailed, or cajoled them into meeting our students and enriching their lives. It's very easy for me to reach out to someone when Wayne has already reached out to them. So I'm almost assured of a yes when Wayne is involved. He also very recently invented and trademarked a term called fit for business. So not only did he invent it, he actually made sure it was trademarked for the school. And it has made an enormous difference to the lives of our entering students who during COVID were suffering loneliness, very difficult to onboard. This was a whole way of onboarding students. And we're hoping that it basically permeates as the students go in senior years throughout everything we do at the Ted Rogers School. So I cannot think of a person who has had a more profound impact. That's why we made him an emeritus. And it is my great pleasure to light one more sparkler with this amazing gun. Jacob, help me, help me. Okay, never mind the sparkler, but I would like to present Wayne with this amazing bouquet of flowers. Wayne, would you kindly accept this bouquet of flowers from me while you turn your voice on?
Thank you. They're here. It's through the magic of television. Wow. Are you sure you got all the facts right, Daphne?
I think that I left out about 3/4.
Oh, no, of course not. Thank you so much. Listen, in the past 3.5 years, you have been instrumental, I believe. And I know a lot of other people believe this too, in moving TRSM into a top tier business school in Canada, not in Ontario, in Canada. The university owes you very much, as do the 2,000 graduates each year that annually graduate from TRSM. Thank you. I'd like to start off by saying a big congratulations to my fellow award-winning alumni, the top 10. I wrote their names down, and I hope I didn't miss anyone. Chris, David, Sandy, Alicia, George, Raul, Nazio, Alexander, Nushia, the Entrepreneurial Award for Nura, the Volunteer Award for Anthony, and the Trailblazers for Juanita. Wow, you have made all 55,000 alumni exceptionally proud. My message to alumni is quite simple. Get involved and give back. I've got 2 grandchildren on this call, and they were at their Uncle Mike's birthday party about 2 years ago, and they sold worm insurance. And that was, you buy a ticket, and then they would later on, if you tap you on the shoulder in a party, and if you didn't produce your insurance certificate, you had to eat the worm. Well, not really, but that was the inference. They raised $485. So we had to have an emergency family meeting in the middle of a big birthday party with 200 people. And it was decided they would give half their earnings or 3/4 of their earnings to a not-for-profit help kids in sports out in Winnipeg. That's cool. That's called giving back. That's making a difference. Message to every 50 of the 55 alumni here is there's lots of opportunities. So I would really encourage you to speak in class, facilitate boot camps, hire a co-op student, sit on our advisory council, and then give us some money too. I'm working with Daphne, and I'm going to be sending out and talking to a number of my friends over the next month, Daphne, just so you know, to invite them personally to join the Dean's Circle, which is a great cause. And every nickel that we get from that program goes to helping needing students. I've got so many great memories over the last 15 years. I don't know, I didn't know where to start, but I wanted to share with you tonight my thoughts on what ingredients go into making the TRSM secret sauce. Okay, secret sauce. The number one thing that I came up with was the raw ingredients, who are our students. They have no attitude. They do not come here with a bunch of entitlements. Many are first in their families to attend university. Many have multiple jobs to pay for their tuition. 70% of our TRSM students have to rely on government support. That's a huge number. And I love working with them. And boy, just because they don't come from spoiled families and entitled families, they are smart as heck. Very, very smart. Next up in the secret sauce ingredients is the faculty and staff, who I personally think, Daphne, have never been thanked enough. I'll put my hand up. I never thanked them enough. We have first-class faculty dedicated to helping our students succeed. We have tons of staff members who always put students first, like the Business Career Hub folks, like the academic success professionals who help guide students towards a great success in their studies, like the crisis counseling folks, like the people who run Fit for Business program, which has already been successful in enhancing first year retention rates. Back to the dean's office, leadership team, the associate deans, Alan, Hong, Oscar, Cynthia, all fabulously dedicated to helping students. The executives like Carrie, Sean, Diane, Mohammed, Graham, with what a bright, hardworking, and innovative team you have put together, Daphne. All I can say is, wow, wow. And then it's the program directors in all of the schools of management. Now, I'm going to be a bit biased here. I put my hand up, I admit it. I was involved with the MBAs. And I am so proud of the most recent leader, Donna Smith, who's just been, who just had the pleasure of announcing that we're number 3. Gosh, I think 2 years ago, Donna, we were number 5, and you and I joked about we hope we can maybe move into number 4 position. And then we're within striking distance of Western and Queens. Well, guess what? We're number 3 and very proud of it and marching forward. The next challenge I think we need to do is get up to that number 1 position, but that's a bit of a stretch. I know that's a bit of a stretch, but we are young. We are a young program. I'd like to give a shout out to Julianne, Jan, Nicole, Andrea, the people that I worked a lot with in the MBA program. I miss you guys a lot. The last 2 secret sauce ingredients are as follows. I think communication, big time. And since Daphne has joined us in the dean's office, she sends out the dean's remarks. Now, I can't remember, Daphne, for just how many times you send them out, but it's a lot. And you also have many roundtables for all staff, and you answer questions. You're straight up with people. The communication has really, really been enhanced a lot. And so, at the end of the day, I think that is exceptionally important. It's important in business, but it's also important in academia. And the final piece, and this is, this is me personally talking about this. We have each other's backs. That's critically important. We think collaboratively. We break down silos. We think on a pan-TRSM basis. but we act in a local area. We're good to each other. We support each other. Every once in a while, we fall off the rails, me included. But you know what? That's just life. I'm so proud to have been here for 15 years. And, you know, as Daphne was saying, I hosted many big events with 200 and 300 and 500 people at them. And I would always sign off at the end of the event. And then the music would come on. So here we go. Good night from Canada's biggest and brightest and best business school. Jacob, back to you.
Thank you so much, Wayne. I appreciate it. Before I continue, we need to play something for you. So give us a minute. We'll get it up and running.
Oh.
I had a dream so big and loud. I jumped so high, I touched the clouds. I stretched my hands out to the sky. We danced with monsters through the night. I'm never gonna look back. Whoa, I'm never gonna give it up. No, please don't wake me now. 2, 3, 4. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life.
And there we have it, Wayne. Oh, there we are.
Thank you. That was cool. That was
Congratulations, Wayne.
great.
And thank you for that transition. I'm gonna miss hearing that, but we're gonna hear that again, hopefully, when we celebrate in person. But
Yeah.
overall, though, what a great way to wrap up a wonderful evening filled with our incredible alumni, and that includes you now, Wayne. It's official.
Yeah.
Some of you may already know that Wayne has played a big role in my career at Ted Rogers. He's been a great coach and mentor, and I'm thrilled to be part of honoring his contributions to the Ted Rogers School of Management. Of course, Wayne is in good company with all these deserving winners tonight who have made amazing contributions via our advisory council, boot camp, co-op, student mentorship, and attending events and being speakers at our events. Thank you, everyone, for joining us and celebrating these great individuals, their accomplishments, contributions, and noble initiatives. We look forward to staying in touch and seeing you in person, hopefully sooner rather than later. For the award winners, we welcome you in a breakout session with the dean, and for everyone else, please feel free to stay and enjoy Manelli's artistry. Thank you.
Well, that was very inspiring. Very inspiring talks there. And congratulations to all the winners. That's very exciting. And I'm just going to play some music here for you guys while you're maybe enjoying the rest of the evening and see what happens.